Hi, welcome. Yes, that is right. I went against the belief of a few gamers, because only 4 actually took the poll, and bought a new account. But I checked out some of the videos doing tutorials, and literally, if I actually watched them, I would have probably never played the game. I liked Hawk's gaming when I first started because Hawk, he was detailed, he was slow, he didn't speak too fast, he didn't get too technical. He said, if you want this, this is what's going to happen. If you want that, this is what's going to happen. So I did a tutorial on the Type 11 Prospector. And if you're a new player, and I did get a comment on that, the new player just started, and he had 2 million credits. My dear friend, I did write in the comments that you can start with less than 2 million. And I'm going to show you today that I'm going to do things as cheaply as possible. I'm never going to buy anything with ARX until I really have to. So I'm not going to buy any ship right now. Whatever I buy, it's going to be with credits. So today is the first episode of Drakkster's Flight School. And I'm not the best player. I want to say that Mechan is the best at fighting Thargoids, anti-Xeno combat. And I would say that Furion, from his Vortex Squadron, also does a damn good job fighting Thargoids. You got Atlas Gaming, who does some really nice tutorials. Okay? He should focus, though, on new players now, because new players won't have the things that seasoned players will have. Ricardo Gaming is always great to watch. He does do some really good tutorials. And there's a few that I'm missing here, but there are some commanders, and I'm gonna actually I'm probably not remembering them, but I'm gonna mention them as I go along. Ghost Giraffe channel with Mars Europe, Barefoot, JD. They are great to watch. They don't always necessarily do great tutorials, but they are great to watch, and they're pretty funny sometimes. So we're gonna start this channel with the thought that you just started playing Elite Dangerous. You paid a whopping $2.50 for Elite and Odyssey Deluxe Edition. I don't know if there's anything that I can buy with $2.50 anymore. But in any case, you bought one of the greatest games that you will ever own, and you don't actually need to spend any money. Any real money besides the $2.50 to play this game. You're going to get ARX every week by completing certain things. You get a maximum 400 ARX. And eventually you can buy the things that are there on the market, right? But, for instance, the Panther Clipper right now is sold with ARX. One of the greatest ships ever made by an Elite. But in a few months it'll be available for credits. The new Type 11 is sold with ARX now, the new mining ship. But it's not necessary to buy it to go mining. And in a few months it'll be available with credits. So you don't necessarily need to go spend your money, and I recommend that you don't do that because you might spend it on something that the ship is actually going to sit there in the hangar for a very long time, and you're not going to know how to use it. So let's, and you'll see, I'm actually going to fight pirates with a Sidewinder. that they'll give me initially. So let's start a new character. This guy is going to be a male, right? Let's see his complexion. Well, he looks like he looks like he's got liver problems. He's got liver spots on his face. What's wrong with him? Head type smooth. Well, rough, heavy, veteran. Smooth. Okay, we'll leave it smooth. He's too pale, though. So let's make him a little darker. Maybe he's from a Spanish descent. He's not turning any darker. Okay, we'll put him in the middle. Skin detail not selected. Asymmetric. Okay. Scars. We always love a scar. Let's give him a nice scar, like one of these German SS officer scars. All right. Let's see. We do have presets, but I don't know. So we'll leave it at that. But I don't like his actual complexion. Very pale. He's not too pale. We'll put him over here. Continue. His hair. All right. No. Go back. His hair. Hair type. Take the hat off. How do we take the hat off? You see, I'm already confused. Let's go back to the beginning. Take the hat off. Undo. Redo. Oh, helmet off. Emergencies only. Okay. Hair. Well, that looks horrible. He looks like Lex Luthor, right? Hair type. Woody Harrelson. No. That looks alright. More hair. Okay. Crew cut. Pirate. Yeah. Let's go with this. We'll say his hair is gonna be like always like a different kind of color, orange. So everything is ginger, matching hair, eyebrows, etc. Right? Continue. No. Go back. Face. All right. His eye color green. That seems fine. Nose. It looks okay. Mouth okay. Head shape. What does gaunt mean? I've never seen that before. Large. Sharp. Soft. Okay, we'll go soft cheeks. That's nice. Yeah, he looks alright. Accessories. We don't have any. I don't think I have any eyewear. Okay, cosmetics. None. No makeup, etc. Alright, so we're going to continue. We're going to call this guy. I don't think I have it, but there's so many names in this. We're just going to call him Lord Drakkster. I don't think is available. I tried it and it wasn't available. Oh, it's available. Very good. Okay, so we're going to start. We're going to start on a planet. BD025286. Okay, so when you're on ground, when you're playing the ground game, you're going to have availability of 2 weapons. You can have a pistol and a rifle. Okay? Your number 5 button is a tool. Number 4 is for scanning. Number 3 is for charging and for various different things. So 1, 2 is the weapon. If you're using keyboard, I'm sorry. I assume that you're using keyboard. If you're not using keyboard, and you're using a HOTAS or you're using a controller, then figure out the keys that you're using. But on the keyboard, we have 1, 2 as weapon, 3 as a charging kind of tool, 4 for scanning, 5 is for other tools like a welding tool. All right, so let's go and approach the military outpost. Pretty nice scenery. You're at the edge of a crater. There's an outpost over there. Okay, so shift to sprint. That's what it says in instructions. we have to do some initial quests in order for us to get our pilot's license. And our pilot license means that we're free to leave the kind of beginner zones, right? Okay, so you can press spacebar to jump, shift to sprint. And WS are the normal keys, like in every other game. W goes forward, S goes backwards, A goes to the left, D goes to the right. You can actually set your key bindings in the options, in the settings, whichever way you want. If you're using a controller, then set it up the way you want, right? So let's see what we have here. We have an outpost. It's abandoned. Okay, looks like it's on fire in some places, right? My favorite type of gameplay is actually settlement raiding, combat, assassination missions, stuff like that. So I love this stuff. My intel is an SRV parked in storage bin. So we gotta find the SRV. Okay, in storage, which is ahead of us. That's why we have that blue marker. Right? We shift to run. Okay. So if you press the T button, that will turn on the lights. T button turns on the lights. This is a striker, so that means that this guy was a bad boy. Because he's got the wanted. You see that little red symbol? That means he's wanted. So there was a raid here, but this guy died. This pilot looks like he died, or she died. Misty. Poor Misty. Too bad. Okay. So we're going to have to open up this panel. Well, the panel is actually open, so we're going to use the number 3 button to press. And then we are going to actually power this charging port. So we're going to press R. And then press the button. And that's that, right? This guy talks too much, so he's on low mute for me. Okay, so this is the actual bay. There's no need to take anything from here because it's not going to be in your cargo. But this is like material you need, like electrical fuse. And you can find stuff in these cabinets. This is useful, a weapon component. Let's take that. I like that. And then you're going to be able to use these things to upgrade your suit. Your actual Maverick, or your Artemis, or the combat suit. Well, I'll show you the suits once we get into the station. So let's crouch, Control R, right? And we want to get this Madlock open. So we press 5. And we're going to cut into it. Just like you would weld it. And there's the regulator, right? Right, so if it's on, if it's powered, so it will be shiny, it will shiny blue, so you can take it. If it's not, then you basically it doesn't function. So let's go. We're gonna have to put that into. Let's grab some energy cells while we're here. There should be a dispenser by the airlock on the other side of the building. Right, so I need energy cells because I'm losing power, right? So there's some energy cells here. I have one already in my inventory, so I'm going to take another one. And let's just use one to power up and get full blast. Okay, so now, to open a door, I can actually just charge it and not do R, but I can do just regular one and the door will open. Okay. Alright, so we gotta go over there and turn on the power in the building so we can get the data that we need for to get out of here to finish this quest. So you press the number 5 button, and then you press down on the left mouse key to actually weld that off, right? Again, we're doing the 3 button, the R button, and then we charge the port. Okay, so now we take that regulator into this beautiful slot here. We place the regulator down, scroll over it, transfer. Okay, and now we can't turn on the console because it needs a level 3 clearance. We have a level 0. But there's a few guys here. This one's 1. This guy's 1. So we need a 3 to turn on that console. So we're looking for a 3. This guy's 3. Look at that. So press 4. With 4 you can do analysis of things, right? You can analyze things. But if you press R, you can steal this guy's profile. Okay, so now we got a 3 clearance level, right? So now we can turn this on by pressing E, interact, E. Right? The power's turning on. Hey, you dear, LOL. Yeah, I do read the chat. Sorry, I was preoccupied. Are you the guy that allegedly went to the Drakkster? Not allegedly, dude. I did go to Drakkster. Okay? Allegedly means that I'm doubting it or you're doubting it. I did go to Drakkster, for sure, 100%. Alright, so here it goes. I can tell you that story once we get to the station, if you're interested. So now I'm doing a tutorial for new guys because we have a few new guys, and actually somebody actually listed, actually said that they found my thing interesting, but they only had 2 million in the bank for themselves. So let's go find that data. We're gonna go to Command Center. Now that we have a level 3 clearance, we can go in here. Okay, but this place is on fire. So what's the secret to turning off the fire? It's to vent the atmosphere. Vent the atmosphere. Okay? So we're going to actually vent the atmosphere. To purge this building. And then we're going to go get the data that we need to transport. Okay, I can't talk about Drakkster while I'm doing the tutorial right now, so give me a little bit to finish this tutorial for new players, because there's going to be a lot of new players coming in at $2.50. It's a steal to buy Elite Dangerous. So okay, so we're looking for the data port. I know where it is, but I'm going to look at this anyway. So this will give you a list of the facility, everything that's here. So we're looking for the command center, and we're looking for the data port, right? So we can go up and down to look for the data port. And where is it? Okay, operations. And we're looking for a data port, command data port. Let's go there. Okay, command data port. What do I have in my main account as credit, ships, and engineering? Okay. Why do you want to know, Dr. Travesty? My question to you. Why does it matter? You want to know how much I played? Total play time right now is over 10,000 hours. I have 7 accounts. So I have a main account, and now I have another one. This is number 8. I have one main account that had over 100 million. We need this data. We're going to download this data. But once we download the data, some baddies are going to come towards us. There's that ship straight ahead. Okay. Right now I have 20 million credits because I bought a I put 10 on the squadron carrier. I have 20 in the bank, 21 in the bank in my own account, and my other accounts have about 5 each, and each one has a fleet carrier.
Now the power's back online, they've come to investigate.
Alright, so these guys are coming. They're going to try to fight us. So we need to get... We got to defeat the hostiles. So let's take a look what we're doing here. Alright. It's best to kind of like... So I like to go crouch. Let's see.
Heads up. That ship signal I mentioned earlier is moving your way. I don't think they're friendly either.
Yeah, he saw me already.
You need to locate the data port.
Ships, I had every ship in the book, but then I decided to sell them because I actually don't play majority ships anymore. So I just have the new ships. And I have Imperial Cutter and 2 Imperial Cutters and 2 Alright, when the shield goes down, you want to run away. So I'm running away right now. Alright, defeat the operatives.
They really want that data. Another ship arriving with more hostiles.
Oh, good. Just what I wanted. If you don't mind, I'm gonna fight. I can't talk when I'm fighting. So I gotta defeat the hostiles. The best place for it is on the roof. You know, I can... No, no, no. Man, I got a lot of them. Oh, crap. He's right behind me. That's nice. Alright. I don't actually have the best weapons right now in this guy. But the vantage... Oh, crap.
Shield's fried.
Oh, wow. 6. I need the, How many do we got? Jeez. Where'd it go? I barely shot them. I know. So what you'll find on this station, you'll find places where you can recharge your ammo. So for instance, like here, press E and you get new ammo, and then you can recharge your health. So I already used 1 health pack, but I don't see any in the area. It could be in the hab, but that's okay. We're gonna keep on fighting, right? Alright. We have a few left, I think. Where is that guy? He's on the roof?
Still no sign?
All normal. Continuing sweep.
I will, Aiden.
Alright.
Another kill confirmed.
Stop where you are.
Stop where you are. Give us the data. No. I don't want to. Come on.
There's only one hostile left. Take your time.
Take my time. I don't know where he is. Where is he? Let's see. Let's draw him out. This is how I draw him out.
Now we're talking. Use
Blow
the
up
environment to your
things.
advantage.
Blow up things and it draws them out. I don't know where he is. Alright, let's go around and find him. On the roof? There was a few on the roof. Or did he start walking into the desert? Huh. Nope, I don't see him anywhere. Or her. Don't tell me he has a bug. Okay, there she is. She was right here.
Nothing so far. Continuing search.
What is she in? There she is.
Your target located.
And we're done.
That's how it's done. All hostiles are down. Good work, soldier.
Okay,
I'll touch
so
down at the landing pad.
I did the objective. I took out the hostiles with crappy weapons, but that's okay. So basically, now we wait for this guy. He's going to do some talking, and now while we're waiting to land in Chamberlain, I will do some talking to Dr. Travesty
Time to get that data where it needs to be.
and the other gentleman that asked me about Raxla. Okay. Raxla. If you're brand new, Raxla is the lore, is one of the legend of this game, and it started in the 80s when the game first came out. There was a book written about Raxla, and it's supposed to be a mythical place. We don't know what it is or what is involved with Raxla, but basically no one has ever found it. And I do have some theories as to why no one has ever found it. But basically, when I first started the game a long time ago, 10,000 hours ago, I was just like you right now, but back then they did not have Odyssey, so they gave us a ship, and I made a little bit of money, and I listened to Hawks Gaming and how he actually would play. Now back then you didn't need to scan a planet to make the most money. You just needed to scan the system and you would get the best payout for those planets that you would actually scan. But now to get the most payout, you have to actually scan the planet to get the full amount that you used to get back then. I didn't know how to scan. I didn't know the buttons. I didn't want to learn the buttons because there's too many. And so what he said is the best deal is to fly towards the planets and your ship automatically scans it, and then you just fly out. Because what he would want to do is do the first few planets, which usually are high metal content worlds, or it could be a water world, could be a Earth-like world, and then you just move on. So after about, I would say, no more than 20 jumps, maybe under 10 jumps from a Trappist system, I basically enter a system, and I need the money. I need everything I can. So stupidly, I said, let me just, there was gas giants more than 5,000, I think maybe even 50,000 light seconds out. So I decided to fly out towards these planets to scan them, you know, and get some more money because I'm broke. I just put the last 10,000 credits into this little hauler. Okay? So I enter the system and I'm flying towards that body of planets. And on my HUD, basically in the right here, there's usually, it tells you what the name of the planet, etc. To the left and to the lower left, you have that information. The name changed. And then in the description, it said Darkwheel Raxla. I don't know what it was because I didn't get close enough, because across my screen said you are in a restricted area. If you do not leave, you will get blown out of the sky. You have 10 minutes to vacate the system. I'm a brand new player. I completely forgot about the 1980s book. I am older, so I remember reading the book. And I didn't check the lore, so I don't know what I'm facing. I just thought I did a big mistake going to the system. So I'm trying to get out, but I do remember that around the system were a bunch of red giants, and I couldn't find one that I needed fuel. I needed fuel. I was down to nothing. So it took me a little bit of time to find a system where I can get out. And with like 5 minutes to spare, I did get out. Why did I see Raxla and all these people, all these amazingly, incredibly smart people who probably ended up scanning it already, did not? I believe that you need to fly towards it to actually, for it to be revealed, to be uncovered. It kind of like a res site, resource extraction site. When you're flying towards the ring, you don't have a full picture of the ring. When you go close enough, you get a full picture of the ring, and you know there's a resource extraction site there. So unless your ship is scanning it from a close proximity, you're not going to pick it up. So it's hiding in plain sight, and that's what I believe happened. Okay? There's a whole bunch of people looking for Raxla, and I found it within the first maybe week, maybe less than a week of playing this game. So that's my story of Raxla. Supposedly, as Mr. Udeal, laughing out loud, said. Yes, supposedly. That's my story of Raxla. It's close by. It's not very far. I did it within the first hour or so of scanning. So it's not very far, but it's the system. I guess the planets are pretty far out. And then you need to scan them to actually find the settlement. Right now, maybe it's not even available to be scanned. Okay, so now I am Chamberlain. The story ends here. If you want to know more about it, I posted it online on the forums. I'm tired of talking about it, but basically, Raxla for me eventually will be found because people will eventually want to colonize that system if they haven't permit locked it yet, because I think they might have even permit locked it. Okay, so I am here in the system, so I want to get out, right? Disembark, right? And now here's my gameplay. Now I need to make some money because I need to make to get a ship, right? I need to get a ship to be able to do things, right? But right now I have no money whatsoever. And the best way, there's different ways you can make money in this game. One, you can fight pirates, right? You can fight pirates. Two, you can do mining. Three, you can do exploration, stellar exploration, right? You can do exobiology, which you land on the planet, you scan the planet, and first you scan the planet, land on it, and then you scan the plants. There's trading, so you can do trading, or you can even do various different missions, and I think you have to do some missions, right? Since I know what I'm doing, I might not do the ship's training, because I don't need to. Visit Astra. So we got to visit this lady here, or this guy with a beard, right?
Okay.
And
The perfect ship.
I'd like to refresh my training. Yes, I like training simulation. Let's see if I can skip it. I really don't want to do the training, but for science, right? Alright, so I'm in my ship. Can I skip it? Let's see. Let me see. Skip training. Yes. So I did the escape and skip training. Why do I want to skip training? I don't need to do the training. You will have to do the training. Yes. But I don't need to do the training since I know what I'm doing. But you should do the training a little. It's not going to be extensive. It'll just tell you how to use the ship. Your best training is live play. Okay, so I'm back. So I do have a ship, right? Okay, so I can interact with the express lift and go to my ship. So let's take a look at it, right? Okay, let's take a look at it. So we're going to go to our ship. It's a loaner. It's not really yours. No one gave it to you. But it's a little Sidewinder, and it looks like... Well, I don't know what it looks like. It looks like it came off a bigger ship. So maybe in the future they'll give us a Sidewinder attached to a bigger ship, right? It's on loan from the Pilot Federation. So this is your ship to use if you want, until you get something else, right? You enter through the back, right? And what does it have? Let's take a look what it has for weaponry and all that. It has 2 laser. Let's see. Let's go to outfitting. It has an outfitting. How much money do I have? I wonder. 250,000. Okay. It has 2 pulse lasers. You see it says loaned. It's not yours. No utility mounts. It has some internals. These are the cheapest and poorest internals. So you don't really have a powerful ship. Some storage with a little bit of a shield, right? But it's just enough to fly around a little bit. Okay? Now here's the thing. Oh, I forgot. I got to show you. This is if you're going to do space exploration, and you can right now. Just from the start, you can do space exploration to get some money. But if you do, you need a specific scanner. Okay, so in optional internals, you're going to go to the empty slot, and you need something called, and where is it? It's not even here. Oh man, they're hiding it from you. They don't want to give it to you. It's called a DSS, Detailed Surface Scanner. But you don't have that available right now, right? In any case, maybe on 2. Let's see, replace. No, didn't do it. Maybe another station. But anyway, to do planetary exploration, stellar exploration, you need a detailed surface scanner to scan planets into scan systems. So right now, you don't have that available here at the station. What it's telling you to do is buy a Maverick suit. buy a Maverick suit. So let's do that and buy the Maverick suit, because that's the thing it's telling us to do as a quest, right? It says buy transactions as a mission. It said buy Maverick suit. So let's go and take a look where they are. So we're going to go down here to the right, and there's going to be a place called Pioneer Supplies. And they have everything you need. Well, not everything. They don't have my guns that I like, but this lady, right, browse my stock. It says that she has 3 suits available. The Dominator, which is for combat. Maverick, which is for scavenging and basically scavenging and going out to settlements and doing missions. And the Artemis, which is for exploration. Right, so it says to buy a Maverick suit. So we're going to buy a Maverick suit, and we're going to actually equip it. Now, where do we equip the Maverick suit? We're going to go over here to the screen. Right? Edit loadouts. And in loadouts, right now your default loadout is the flight suit, right? And you have that little gun attached to the side. But we're going to add a new loadout. We're going to say Maverick suit. Apply suit. And we don't have a primary weapon. We don't have anything that we can shoot, like a rifle, right? But we do have the gun. So we're going to add that one. Okay? On the keyboard, that's your number 2 button. We're going to save loadout. And we're going to call this one Maverick, right? Okay. Maverick. Save loadout. Okay, so now we have this on us, right? We bought the Maverick suit. We're supposed to buy the Maverick suit as a thing. So we can do missions now. We can elect to do missions from either ground missions, or we can do missions from the mission board that they have on in the hangar, like when you're doing hangar, where you're in your ship. So there's 2 places at that screen. There's mission boards, which is on foot missions, and over here, when you're in your ship, you can take missions that are ship missions. So you actually can fly and do missions here. So it's local services, mission board, and there's the mission board, right? So I can actually pick from various different things to actually do. We have combat, we have some transport, support. Transport has 72 missions. So it's just basically taking stuff to and fro. Right? There's courier jobs. Right? Just transporting data. And there's a lot of them. Look at the courier jobs, right? Right? A lot of them. So I can get a lot of money doing that. Courier jobs. I can pick up as many courier jobs as possible. Actually, I can take up to 20 missions. I can accept 20 missions. So all these is destination HIP 97950. So I can actually take all these missions, right? And actually get paid for all of them. Just deliver them to the station at, and it says deliver them to PLC. Hoffman installation. Hoffman installation. They're all at Hoffman installation. Right? They're all courier missions. So I can take all of these, because I can pile them up one by one. Let's do that. Take a mission. That's one. So you notice in the upper right hand corner, that's changed. The missions accepted, I already accepted one. Right? But I got Hoffman. This one is in Holdings. Hausdorff Holdings. But I want to go to... I'm going to Hoffman, right? That was Hoffman or Hostel? What's our mission at? Let's see. Was it Hoffman or... Oh. Hausdorff. So it's the same location, right? All of them are in the same location. So why not take them, right? Transport. There's a lot of missions here. So that is a lot of money that I can actually make doing this missions. Hausdorff again. Right? Accept. 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 Now I got 15 left I can take. Accept. Accept. So this is called stacking. You're stacking the missions in the same locations. I'm going to one location. I can dump them all there, and I make all these credits for these missions. They're all threat level 0, so I'm not going to be attacked by anybody, right? Hopefully. I still got 7 left. Hoffman. This one's Hoffman. Okay, so it's in 2 places in that system, right? 97950. We got 2 more. And boom. Alright, so I took 20. If you look in the corner, I took 20 missions. One in Hoffman, one in the other place. Can't pronounce it. So let's go there. Let's go there and deliver these missions and make some money. Okay. If you're using a HOTAS, you might want to configure the HOTAS the way you want for your role, for your yaw, etc. Okay? How the ship maneuvers. I use a keyboard, and I actually did that early on. Okay? I configured this ship early on. Okay, so if there's 2 things you also want to do, and I'll tell you while we're flying. What you want to do, one thing, what did I do here? You notice in your lower right hand corner, you got some pips here, right? System, engine, and weapons. If you're using your arrow button on the right, you give systems points. If you're using your to the left. If you're using your arrow button to the right, you give them weapons. Up and down is the engine. Okay, so if I want more to the engine, I go arrow up. And I give myself some more power to the engine. Okay. So some things you want to do early on in the beginning when you're doing, when you start playing. Number 1, choose the kind of gameplay that you're going to play at first. Since you need a lot of money, my suggestion is exobiology. That is the best payout, safest payout, okay, and for the least amount of time played. And you can make a quick 50 million, 200 million amazingly fast by scanning plants on planets. Since you're a new player, none of the plants that you scanned all the plants you scanned are going to be available to you as first time, and you're going to get credits for it and bonuses. And then I'll show you where, once we're back in Chamberlain, where to actually, or even in this station, maybe it has it, where to actually drop off the data. So what we want to do is go to HIP 97950. I hope it's close by. Okay, I can't go there. Why? This part is starter zone. You have mission target location. So why can't I use it? Oh, because I'm already in this. Okay. I'm already in the actual system, right? So this is I'm already in 97950, so I thought I was not in that system. Okay, so let's go to the station. So the 2 places we have to go is Hoffman and Hausdorff, and they're going to be in blue. I want to set a course for those locations and then just fly there. right? Okay, so the type of gameplay you select at first, my suggestion is that the first thing you do is exobiology. First, you'll learn how to land on planets. You'll learn how to maneuver, right? You'll get an idea about how fast your battery goes out in your suit. There's things to learn, so it's not like it's not good gameplay, and you can make a lot of money from it. Most people choose to do bounty hunting from day one. When I first started, I started doing bounty hunting so I can earn 20 million very quickly, so I can buy a ship I wanted to buy. But that's not necessary now. Now we have exobiology, and it makes you the most money. So while we're waiting to go to Hoffman, that should be the first thing you do. What is the second thing you do? Okay, if you press 4 right now, you're going to have a screen, right? And it says power play, squadrons, Hollow Me, Galnet, etc., right? You want to choose a power play. What is a power play? Well, there's 12 powers that control the known galaxy, our galaxy, right? All these powers have various different things that they offer, okay? For a new player, the best one, my opinion, is Yuri Grom. And overall, he gives you bonuses for pretty much everything across the board. Bonus for this, both for trade, for exploration, it reduces weapons cost, rebuy, bounty hunting bonuses. So you get a lot of bonuses for the guy. So my opinion is, if you're a new time player, you want to get a power play early on, like right now, to choose the power that you're actually going to do. Why? Well, there's these things called care packages. So first of all, they give you missions to do. Every week you get 5 at first, until you get better. Then you get 10. But you'll get 5. And if you do these missions, they give you merits. And those merits will purchase these care packages. The care packages have ingredients to upgrade your suit and your ship. And if you get enough of them, you don't need to do something called grinding. You don't need to grind out materials to upgrade your ship. You can probably end up, and one of my accounts, I did that. I didn't do any grinding. All I did was materials to see if I get enough materials to basically upgrade my ship as I'm progressing in the game. And you do. After level 100, which is not very hard to do, there are plenty of videos showing you how to do that, you can, after level 100, you get 100 materials per care package, and you get nothing but care packages. Before that, you're going to get care packages and bonuses to gameplay that Grom will give you, and also you'll get you'll unlock weapons, shields, different things that these guys are they're offering you, right? So you'll be able to unlock, like, for instance, prismatic shields, or my favorite Packhound missiles. So you'll be able to unlock these things and get these really nice weapons and and shielding and all that for gameplay. So power play is absolutely necessary for brand new players, and then you have a progression you can do every week. You'll be able to do quests, and then those quests will give you merits, and those merits will give you materials and different things, right? Third thing is, you need a squadron. Why do you need a squadron? Well, it's kind of hard to play by yourself. You don't exactly want to play by yourself. And sometimes you have someone like myself who actually likes brand new players and likes to teach them and likes to go out with them. And I'll take them under my wing and we'll play together. I play all the time. That's a different story why I do that. But I can help out a new player learn how to actually become better. And for me, it's a double benefit, because if their suits and their ships are good and they start getting better and they can fight now we can form a really good cohesive team, and we can do things together. We can do harder things, right? All right, so I go to Starport Services. So remember, I got stuff at Chamberlain, and I go to Mission Board. Notice the little blue check mark. Mission Board. And now I'm gonna sell 10 or complete missions. 10 missions, right? So let's see how much I make. I'm gonna make some money, right? I earned 18. Now another one. 30. Right? 27. Now the influence and reputation I won't explain in today's tutorial. Maybe I said too much, but I want to tell you the 3 things you need to do when you first start. Right? I did some missions, so I'm making some money, and money's important because the next thing I want to buy is an Artemis suit, right? An Artemis suit. And what that's going to give me is the ability to land on a planet and scan exobiology. And in the next video I do will be that exobiology video. So you understand what I said to you. Basically, you're going to make a ton of money doing exobiology. So I just turned in 10 missions. 10 missions. Okay. So let's go through the buttons here. What do you have at the station? Just like the other one, right? You have mission boards, commodities market, contacts, universal cartography, crew lounge, and you got a bunch of ship services down here. The first one is outfitting. If you had a better ship and outfitting, you're buying all your various different modules so you can upgrade your ship from a crappy one to a better one, right? You're not going to go into a combat zone with a crappy ship because you're going to get blown out of the sky. So, and that's not a happy thing. It's not a good thing, right? So in outfitting, we have, as I showed you before, I can change all these things out, but this is a loaner ship, so I'm not going to actually add anything to the shoes to scan surfaces. It's 250,000 credits. I have the money, and I feel like I'm going to buy it, okay? Because I do want to do some exploration. Now, notice what it says, fire group reminder. So now I have to fix the fire group so that it shows up on my panel here when I'm entering a system. So I press the 4th button, go to the fire group, and I have my 2 pulse lasers there, and there's the surface scanner and DSS scanner. So I'm going to put the D scanner as 1 and the surface scanner as 2. Okay, I have other things there, but they're unnecessary to go over right now. Okay. What else do I have? Livery. So if I don't like the way this crappy ship looks, I'm actually going to change the color and the scheme. There is a place you can do that, but you have to do that for arcs. You have to buy arcs to change the way it looks, right? But we don't want to do that. We don't want to buy any arcs. And I said I wasn't going to buy any arcs unless I absolutely have to. All right. And the last one is the advanced maintenance. This is where you get, for mining, you get limpets. You can refuel your ship, restock ammunition, etc. Okay. Universal cartography. In universal cartography, when I'm going out into the stars and I'm scanning systems and planets, this is where I'm going to turn in the data. So right now it's not going to have anything because I didn't scan anything, right? But you're going to make money off all the scanning you do. So even if you just don't even scan the planets, you just fly through it, right? Okay, the next one is contacts. There's different various things here. I'm not going to go over every single one, but you got combat bonds, administrative, legal services. This is an interstellar factor. So if you get bounties on yourself where you can pay off the bounties here, in a commodities market. This is where you can buy and sell commodities and then fly those to different systems and sell them for a higher price. Okay? So that's our station. We have already turned in the mission. So we're going to go to the next station, which is Hausdorf. Hausdorf. I think I said that right. So we're going to fly to Hausdorf. And this is kind of like a pirate system. These guys are pirates. That's why we have those emblems over there. Hausdorf, and deliver the data to Hausdorf. That's what we want to do. So we're going to go to Hausdorf, which is over there. Right? So we already bought something crucial to exploration. So why did I buy the DSS? It's absolutely necessary because you are going to do exploration no matter what in the beginning, right? You want to take a look at the planets and systems and all that. So you're going to do exploration. So you need that module, but the only problem is that it's expensive. So that was 250,000 credits for that module, right? So now we have to go to Hausdorf and deliver the remaining amount. So we need, I think, about 150,000 for Artemis suit. If anything, we can go back and get more missions. And we're going to see at Hausdorf if they have missions available to go to Chamberlain. Okay. Now, if you press the 1 button and you press on Hausdorf, you notice that there's a Super Cruise Assist here, this little button. You could actually press it and the ship will fly by itself automatically to Hausdorf. Now I'm doing this tutorial and showing you kind of everything. Maybe you've already learned it and you want to learn something different, but I'm going to recap at the end before I finish off the stream. If you do decide to follow me, I'll be having the stream probably every Saturday afternoon, maybe even twice a week. But I want to kind of give you a tutorial as to what to do, but I have other videos that I actually in my library that you can watch and learn how to play. I said to you that exploration, planetary exobiology is the best way to make money very, very quickly. So you want to do that because you want to make money to get better ships. And there are some ships like, for instance, the T8 Transporter. That's a versatile ship if you're going to do some hauling or even mining. You can use that as a miner. There is the Python Mark II. That's a really good combat ship. And also the Corsair. That's a really good combat ship. All these ships that I'm naming, they're available for credits. You don't need to buy them with arcs. As a matter of fact, try not to spend your money as best as possible. All the ships that we have in our that are available in the ARC store will eventually become available for credits in the shipyard. So now, starport service, we're going to sell again. Our mission, we're going to turn in our missions again. Mission board. Then we have 10 missions. Okay, I think we should get enough to get the Artemis suit, right? Hopefully. And we want to get the Artemis suit back at Chamberlain. Okay. So we're turning in everything. How much money we got? We have 146. So I think we need about 150 or 250. Either or. I forgot how much the initial Artemis suit costs. Now when you're going out into the black, some of these stations will have tier 3, level 3 suits. And they might even have some engineering done to them. So I would recommend you pick up those suits. If you have the money, buy them right away. Okay? And on the forums, you can actually find locations. There's a thread that has locations with all the suits that you can buy. So let's go to mission board again and see in the transport if we have anything that we can take to Chamberlain. Now this one is to the other station. Right? So there's more courier jobs. So you can do this till you're blue in the face. You know, but right now I got 300,000 credits. So I'm going to go back to Chamberlain. I'm going to go back to Chamberlain and I'm going to buy the Artemis suit. Let's see, where's Chamberlain? One way I can do is filter it out and do settlements only. And then I can find Chamberlain in the settlements, right? Ross, Silo, and Chamberlain's Rest. Let's go there. Okay. So I kind of give you an idea of how to get started, how to make some money. So you can run courier missions between the 3 stations in this system for a while until you make some money, right? Or you can do combat. You can do a little bit of combat, but I'm not going to show you that right now. There's no need at this point. We have enough money to get our suit, our Artemis suit. We have a Maverick suit, an Artemis suit. We have a loaner ship. So what we want to do is do some exobiology, and that exobiology we will actually get a lot of money so we can buy the actual things we need, right? So I choose, as a brand new player, as a gameplay right now, to do exobiology and do that as much as I can, because what I want to do is make money so I can buy the ships I need, right? And one of which is the Type 8, or maybe the Panther, the Python Mach 2, or the Corsair. Now, the Corsair is a pretty versatile ship. You have a lot of hard points and some good places for cargo and all that. So maybe we'll buy the Corsair. We don't know yet. So we're going to decide when we have the money, right? So right now we're flying to Chamberlain's Rest. We're going to end this stream, but I will be back tomorrow with episode 2, right? And this one is going to be on exobiology, right? I'm going to actually edit. Let me edit this stream and call this stream. Episode 1, First Steps. Episode 1, First Steps. Tomorrow, I will do another one, and we'll call that Exobiology. That's the gameplay. Okay? And tomorrow, we will choose what squadron to be in and what power play we're going to be in, because we want to have a power play for different reasons in the beginning, right? I said it's to get merits. It's to get modules, special modules. That's going to help your gameplay. Also, it's to help you get access to Class A modules that only Stronghold's carrier have, that are similar to the modules Shinrada Desra has. Before power play, the current power play, the only way you can get to great modules was to get elite ranking or make 1 billion credits, right? And get a elite ranking, and then you would have access to Shinrata Desra and all the modules there. So they have everything that you need. Now, the Stronghold carriers of the power play host that you have will have the same thing. So we can get those modules for our brand new ship at our power play host. So we're gonna do that tomorrow. I'm actually gonna come on tomorrow and do exobiology, right? And I'm gonna show you where to go to find the best route for exobiology, best place to go to scan, right? So we're gonna get our Artemis suit. So before you land, you need to get out of Super Cruise, so you have to kind of deactivate in the same place you took it. Okay. So play around with the stick, play around with the key bindings, and see how you want the controls to be. I'm only playing with a keyboard and mouse. I don't have a HOTAS or a controller, so I choose to play my own style. But I'm old-fashioned, so I learned on the computer, I stayed on the computer. Okay, so we're gonna land, and that'll be the end of our stream. Will be just after we buy the Artemis suit, right? So we delivered some data. I showed you how to do your first missions, and so now I'm going to get the Artemis suit, so tomorrow we can do some exobiology. Okay? So hopefully this was useful for those who stayed the whole time but left towards the end. Thank you for doing so. As to those who asked a question about Raxla, you can find my answers online, and I'm always here, so come on down and ask questions. I've been asked 1 million times, and I say the same thing every single time. Okay? If you don't believe that I actually landed on Raxla, that's up to you. But I didn't land on Raxla. I mean, if you don't believe I actually entered the system where Raxla is at, that's your business. But it's hiding in plain sight, and most everyone scans from the sun. They don't go into the system anymore. And you're definitely not going to pick up on the installation named Raxla, because I think it's an installation, some kind of structure. So the Dark Wheel is guarding it, and they're guarding it with utter prejudice. So if you do show up in the system, they will warn you in advance they're going to take you out. And you only have 10 minutes to get the hell out. Okay, so let's go. Let's go and disembark. So I said that I was going to treat you just like a brand new player. So these tutorials are going to be that way. I wanted to go live because I think it's better if I get like maybe a group of brand new players. Okay, they will follow along with the tutorial. But that's why I got the new account. It was only $2.50. I spend more money on my daughter's toys. I mean, this weekend was a killer. So let's go and get the Artemis suit because we want to do... So we have a Maverick suit. We want to get an Artemis suit because we want to do the exploration, the planetary exploration. So in the same place we picked up the Maverick suit, we're going to actually pick up a Artemis suit, right?
If you want to buy from someone, if I don't have
Okay,
it,
so
it's not worth
browse,
having.
purchase, and there is the Artemis suit. It's only $150, so it's half of what we have. That's great. Let's buy it. And now remember, we have to
Well, then, come back anytime.
we have to actually fix it over here. Matter of fact, let's get a gun also because we don't have. Let's get the same gun we were using on the planet.
If I don't have it, it's not
If-
worth having.
If we have enough
Take a
money,
look around.
125 and we have 150. Yeah, why not? Let's get it. Okay, because we don't really have a rifle.
Yes. If you're
Okay.
up against shield, good luck out there.
So now we have a rifle and a pistol, and we're gonna actually fix those suits, the loadout here. Okay, there's our default loadout. This is our Maverick suit, right? So we're gonna put the primary weapon as the rifle that we were using, and we're gonna actually use loadout. If we want to use it, we press use loadout. Okay, save and exit. So we want to do a new loadout, and that is our Artemis suit. We're going to name this the Explorer, right? Primary weapon, secondary weapon, save loadout. We're going to name this the Explorer, right? Okay, save loadout. Now we want to use this one because next time I start the stream, we will be in our Artemis suit. Okay, so we're going to use this loadout. So now we are in our Artemis suit. Okay, and we have our rifle and our pistol as weapons. Not that we need them when we go scanning. Okay, so that's the end of the stream. I hope it was useful. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I will come back on tomorrow about the same time, 3-4 o'clock. I'm not exactly sure. And then we will I will continue going over episode 2, exobiology. We're going to go over exobiology and exobiology and exploration. How to do that, right? I wish you a happy day and 07 commanders.